Burial, like some of the new Burial stuff, and the song he did with Fortet recently. But mostly jazz because it chills me out. Because like I said, I'm a very tense person.
What kind of jazz? Like modern jazz or?
Oh no, yeah, I just like the classics. Like I like Lester Young. I like a lot of Miles Davis. I like let's say Charles Mingus. As it goes comes to bass players.
That's a huge range because they're all different instrumentalists across different eras as well. So,
Yeah.
what about for the rest of you? I mean, what kind of musical influences do you have?
I mean, in the band?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's basically the same, like the Swedish pop, Labrador Records, and I don't know. What about you, Adrian?
I mean, I guess as a guitar player, I guess I could give you like my favorite guitar players. Like George Harrison is probably like my most. He's like the godfather of guitar for me. So or like and then there's like Johnny Marr. I love his style. And maybe like more contemporary. I love Nick Valenzi, The Strokes. I think he's a fantastic player. Kind of thing.
It's interesting the Beatles keep coming up in the previous interviews as well. When I asked to cite, influences, it's like, the Beatles. And once you mention the Beatles, it's very hard to say anybody else because...
Once someone says Beatles, I just say Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys to counter.
Perfect counter.
Nothing against the Beatles.
So would you like to talk a little bit about the album that you've released and the EP that's going to be released in May?
Yeah. Idle Labor was done in my bedroom at my parents' house in California. It was just done in my little bedroom. And
This was before you met?
yeah, this is before I met any of them. Actually, Jack did some of the bass tracks and some vocals on that record, and that was done by sending songs to each other.
Basically both our bedrooms.
Yeah, so it's a whole bedroom thing. I became a shut-in. I was like a hermit, and I just stayed at home recording, other than like attending class and coming home and doing that, and then watching Lost. I just became really into like staying in my room.
Cool. And how did you guys meet in Seattle? How did you put the band together?
Jack, that's a long story. You want to do it?
I mean, yeah, it is a long story. I met your friend Frankie.
Yeah. Who was originally in Crespo.
And that was in Seattle. We met at a show. And it's kind of how I found out about Justin. And we just started talking.
One mutual friend, Martha, introduced me to Jack.
That was the official.
And then Jack and I talked on MySpace when MySpace was relevant.
through our band. Like, I would talk to the Craft Spells MySpace.
While I was talking
from
to
my band.
Selkie.
Yeah.
And then from there, we always talked about being in a band. And then so after these Craft Spells songs were like kind of gaining momentum and they're all like finished, he slowly started learning them on bass, and he said, yeah, it'd be cool to play a live show. Like, that was just the idea, to play one live show. So it was Frankie, a computer, Jack, and I. We never practiced together. It was all separate. Jack played to the backtracks, like up in Seattle, and I played with Frankie on the computer in California. And then we all met up in one show in Portland without practicing once together in one room, and just played the show. And surprisingly, it went really well. So that's how we got together. And then we tried to go for another show, and that's in Seattle, and that's when we added a drummer. His name is Peter. You might know the face on those posters.
Yeah, you'll notice that
He
there's
used to
a
be the
blonde
drummer.
kid that is not you. It's
Yeah.
not me.
Last night was your second show with them, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty unreal. I mean, I've known these guys as managers since middle school, and so I mean, I loved the record. I had heard the record before, and it's pretty unreal. My second show is in Singapore.
Is it very different? I mean, doing it, on your own, doing it in a band, and I've caught some of your takes on Room 205, no, actually Copenhagen sessions where it was purely acoustic. So how does it, is there one formula that you prefer over the other, or?
I don't know, what it comes down to, it's just like I just spend time alone and record, and then these guys help flesh it out live, and then it becomes something entirely different live. So you have like 3 different kinds of material. You have like the home recordings, and then you have like the live music to come watch, and then you just have like the band vibe too, that you see like acoustic sets and like just one-off things together. Like we just did a cover of The Wake's, the band The Wake, who is also on Factory Records I was talking about. We just did a cover of Talk About the Past together. So there's things like that. But essentially, I mean, I still do the music in my room by myself. Other than that, there's another world of craft spells.
Why craft spells?
I was obsessed with shamanism, not actually trying to do it. I was just like the whole culture of it. And there I read that you know, the witch doctors would create songs for the tribe to help heal like the whole, you know, tribe. And I felt like that's what I was doing in my room, all hunched over and weird looking. So, you know, and then so I felt like I was crafting spells, you know, to kind of relieve a lot of my own feelings and my friends' feelings. Because like Idle Labor isn't mainly about me, you know, quarter of the songs are about friends and their situations. Not that too much into myself, so, though it might come off differently.
At this point, I'd like to open up the questions to the floor if there's anybody who would like to ask them.